Hi, fun days for me. I'm going to do this, get my yarn started on here and see if I can flip and get this going. And I don't like my yarn to be very tight around the pole because then it's really hard for me to work. So I wanted to try and do this while I'm yakking away. I enjoy this. This is kind of like a hobby. I plan on trying to get my sewing machine out and start working on things because I have a shirt I really love, but because I had lost an enormous amount of weight, the shirt is much small, much bit too big, and I want to cut it down. And so it's kind of like I'm actually taking uh, this much off of the shirt, so that's going to be a big breakdown for me, which is very, very cool because of the fact that I like knowing that get, am getting smaller. But I am like, I don't know about anybody else if you have any issues. I'm the type of person that my body can operate on things for 3 months and be just fine and do everything it's supposed to, and then all of a sudden it decides, I got you, I'm not doing it anymore. So, needless to say, those make me unhappy camper times. And for the last couple of months, I've really had some issues, and it's kind of like, okay. So it's doing the, I got you control crap going on, and I got to change that. So, in the process, one is called finding a way to motivate your mind into something else besides feeling sorry for yourself or screwing up here. Let's see. Feeling sorry for yourself or something, however you want to look at it, get over the pity party type attitude. It is a drag, and I know it is, and only the strong can stand it, and I'm telling you, he is a strong man. He has put up with a lot. Um, Bad marriage, he's helped me through so much. He's been there. He took me to see my children, and he went with. Um, he's he's been a wonderful person, and our relationship has flown, and all because he was my friend first, and because he actually had a heart and cared. He wasn't out just for himself or to get by with something or to think it's cool. And I think I just did some off the wall weird stuff which needs to come off of there. In other words, it didn't do like it was supposed to, so I needed to take it off and regroup it. But when you got a best friend like that, you don't want to mess that up. He's my best friend. He can be my pain in the dock, and most men can be, and that's expected. But you know what? We're no better. Um, he's what gets me through every day. When I'm down, he listens. When I'm up, he's excited and he's listening. When I'm in the mediocre stage, he's right there to fight me to stay up. My kids and me have our problems, our issues. He's right there. He does his best. I couldn't ask for a better person. I mean, I couldn't. I don't know how that he was never appreciated in the past. Why that you know he was overlooked because he's a good man. You know, um, and of course I'm bragging right now. But all men have their faults, and so far he hasn't showed his bad faults. Um, the only ones I can't stand is when he uses the bathroom. He's good Lordy mercy, but whatever. Um, Occasional stinky feet. Um, and won't bend down to pick a piece of paper. So you got to measure it out, okay? He's there, he listens to you, and he's always right beside you, and he'll tell you whether you're right or wrong through a special way of communicating with you because he doesn't come out and say you're wrong. He doesn't come out and say, do you think? He comes out and says, he talks with you about it. But for a piece of paper, I can bend and pick that piece of paper up just because I would rather have so much more of this than that lousy this piece of paper being picked up. Don't tell him that. Please don't tell him that. because I like to give him a hard way to go. And at least he does put the toilet seat down. At least once every 3 months, I have to say, toilet seat. We got two bathrooms. He can leave this one open if he wants, but he doesn't even use this one. Three-fourths of the time, he's like me and uses the other one. But see how I'm doing here? I've so far got the first knit on. I just need to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 40. Oops. And I got one too many. But you know what? I'm going to work with that one too many. That's going to hurt. Might throw it off a little bit, but it'll be okay. Anyways, I got that in there. Now I got the first part up, and what you do with the extra is up to you. You can cut it off or move it out of your way because you don't need it. This one here I do, and then we poke that little bad boy up in there. And like I said, this part is the only thing that I can probably semi-do right. Oops, maybe not. But like I said, I'm just trying to show you that I love to have good company. I love to chit chat, and if we have to chit chat long distance, we can Skype. If you don't want to Skype, then I'm going to video, and maybe you'll one day take in there and video back, or at least message and talk to me. I think friendship is important. I think that everybody needs somebody. You know, yeah, you got the perfect marriage and you don't think you need anybody. Well, you know what? That's now. Maybe later it'll be a different story, and you'll remember this conversation. You'll go, oh, you know, why didn't I become her friend, or why didn't I listen because she is right. You know, I'm not saying that that it's not going to be 100%, but you know, my daughter's husband, he's on the road for work. He goes 2, 3 months at a time, and she's kind of left out there on her own. You know, I mean, she's got so-called friends and everything else. But, you know, every once in a while I say, you know, your mother sits over here waiting on you to call. And if she's in the urge to, she'll call her mother, you know, when there's nothing else left. You know, come on, kid. I'm your mother. But, you know, I don't push it. I got over that a while back here because I just didn't want to. And I said, you know, and I know I need friends and I know I need people to talk with. And, you know, but I know there's others of yous out there the same way. You know, so I'm just doing an invite to your friendship, you know, and to share with me. It's kind of like, you know, join in with me and let's do something together. And this here is going to be part of the together. And I want to also try to do um, I also would like to do some workouts, you know, but I don't want to do them alone. And I'd like to have somebody I can react with if I have to buy an earpiece for my phone to walk. Anyways, hi. Talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Love y'all.